This conference will now be recorded.
Sorry?
It is like PA40 transaction, right?
Yeah, in the PA40, if you want to have different templates, you'll be creating, right? The same thing.
So here, in higher date, here, where we have to do that template config.
Yeah, let me show you that. Yeah, this one, high template.
Object to definition, high template. Okay. This manage permission is not there for us now. Like we from our instance we could not able to do that.
What did I told you to practice permission roles? You have to proxy as SF admin.
Here I was trying, but proxying was also not allowed for me.
Yeah, you can check with Satish in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, high template is not enabled here, so I don't see it. So if you have high template, first you need to enable the higher template. Okay.
Yeah.
Once you're done, then you need to go to manage data, create the high template there.
Okay. Here, if we enable there will allow us to create.
You see now you have high template. So we don't have any high templates now. So if you want, you go create a high template. Okay. So you name the template and then add your
Yes.
Okay, whatever template name that you want to give, you give. Which block you want to have. HRIS element, which elements you want, you can choose.
Like if I only want like personal and job information, only two things, then
you should have personal information, you should have job information mandatorily. Okay, biographical information. So whatever in the standard template, what you see, those are mandatory. And then from each template or each portlet, if you want to control only certain fields, then you can also control that.
Okay. Like national ID information was mandatory and something in other languages they have maintained fields. Such things we can remove and we can control the screen.
Yes. Okay, so you need to add whatever blocks that you want to show here. Then once you choose the higher template, then when you go to add new employee, so every time you try to hire an employee, you need to select the template.
So that pop-up, now you have done their enabling, right? That enabling will switch to that pop-up, right? Now if you go for add new employee, will that pop-up come like with the basic data?
Yes. First you'll get the template, and then once you select the template, then you need to go and add the details.
Okay. It was asking for legal entity and
identity is common. You have to select the identity details, hire date, your event reason, and
event. Yes.
and company. That's mandatory.
Okay, fine. So it is like I don't need to maintain anything onto that template. It by standard only it will pop up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Standard is default. Other than that, if you want to have any additional ones, you can add.
Okay, onto that pop-up also.
Yes.
Okay. So for that pop-up, anywhere control it is there, like
no. This is the manage template. This is the if you have created at least one template, then you'll get the pop-up.
No, I meant to say that onto that pop-up also you said now, like fields can be controlled in that also, like.
No, fields in the pop-up you cannot control.
Okay.
You have to select the template from there. Again, maybe the templates, if you want to show for only certain employees, that can also be controlled. What templates you want to show it for? Let's say we have 4 HRs, okay? One HR hires with one template, other HR hires with another template. Then you can control that with the template.
Like with the user group.
Those templates can be permissioned, like who should access which template, that we have to add it in the permissions. You go to permissions and then find. You see here, once you add the templates, you'll get to see the templates here. Because we don't have any templates, it is not showing up. But if you have created any template, it will show up here. Manage hire configuration template.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Can we continue?
Yeah, we'll come back again tomorrow with other doubts.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Go ahead.
Yesterday, you have configured a business rule wherein we covered 4 scenarios. First was the manager change, second was location change, and then promotion, and then demotion. So, say we have an example where we are changing manager, followed by pay grade change. So that means the first we configured manager change will trigger. So will the system will stop after because if after that we have configured location change. So if location change is not happening, but promotion is happening after that. So after executing manager change, will the system pick up promotion or it will leave it?
Now, what is our configuration? As per our configuration, if this condition is satisfied, the rule will stop here.
Yeah.
If the conditions didn't satisfy, then it goes to else if. What do you mean by else if? If it is not, if the condition is not satisfied, it goes to this condition. If the condition is satisfied here, it will trigger this one only. Now it will not read all of these other conditions.
Okay. No, but like my question is, suppose the manager change is happening, so system will read the first rule which we have written, and then location change is not happening. Only the pay grade change, that means the third rule which we have configured will happen. So system is going to stop after manager change.
It will trigger you only manager change, not the pay grade. If you are doing two no changes in the same transaction.
Yeah, same transaction.
Then you're not following the process, right? You're deviating from the process.
Okay, because we have to go.
What do you want to consider? Generally, when you configure these things, if you want a promotion to be triggered first, in such cases, if you want a promotion to be triggered first, then you first configure all the promotions first and then go to transfers.
Okay. But it is not always possible, right? The pay grade will be followed by location change. So in that case, I think then different rules, different even derivations should have been written, right? We have to write
Yes.
different derivations, like
If you
because we
have
have
the
shown this example to cover all of these, right?
yes.
So, okay. So okay, that's why I got confused. So,
Yeah,
because
you need to add more conditions into the same business rule.
okay.
Along with promotion, if you're doing no transfer, if you have a different event reason, then add a condition for that as well.
Okay, I got it, Venu. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, Venu, you said if we want to initialize something on the hire template while we open it, so can what kind of rule can be written on that?
High template for business rule
Initialize
for high
something.
template.
Yeah. Like you
No,
showed us, right? Something. I mean, initialize rule
on
on
in
division
yeah.
or some.
So
Yeah.
always if you want to have business rule on initialization or the hire, it should be the
Yeah.
employee information.
Okay.
Portlet should be employee information or employee information model. So either model or employee information. So only these rules will be triggered while hiring the employee. If you want a business rule to be triggered while hiring the employee, and you need to have the business rule base object as employee information or employee information model.
Okay. So as an example, what can be initialized?
Now, while hiring the employees, now if you don't want to show up certain fields, okay, but those fields can be shown up now after hiring the employee, then in that case you can write a business rule to hide some fields, okay, or to autofill the details like employee information, email information, you want to default something, or job relationship, you want to default some HR person as the HR manager. So those things you can write as a
Okay.
business rule for initialization.
Okay, Venu.
Okay.
And also, also Venu, last time when you were showing us the workflow, so
Hmm.
in that case there was like edit with root change and then edit without root change. So in
Hmm.
that case, the system was hanged up last time, or maybe some RBP issue with that. So we could not see that the how an approver will go onto the update button and will go and make some changes in the job information, and also how will he reroute it?
Hmm. So we have options: edit with route change and edit without route change, and then alternate workflow.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go here.
And while I was, I just wanted to execute those scenarios which I quoted you, like manager change and location change, but I could not find anything in the system. So today I got an email in the morning from Ravi that my user ID and password has been changed. So I even could not get my own data which I have created. Is
Because
it the,
the
yeah.
suddenly last week the instances were terminated, so we had to get a new access for you all.
It's not working for anybody, or
No, it is not working for anybody.
Okay.
Okay, it was terminated by SF itself.
Okay.
Okay. Now, firstly, on the edit with route change, if you are using edit transactions with route change, approver can edit already submitted workflow. If you have somebody has initiated a request, it is with approver. Let's say it is with me. Now, for the first step, for my step, we have option edit with route change. So I can go change. Now, let me see if I have any approvals. Manage pen workflow request. or let me go to an employee, any employee, just initiate some action.
So these are all showing in your system, but it is not showing in my system. Any of these
Which one?
employees, they were showing.
I'm using a different system, right? So because I have hired all these employees, it is showing up.
But still, I mean, I could have, I had access to all these things earlier, what you were configuring in the system.
So what access you don't have now?
Nothing, just, I mean, access I may have, but whatever I have created, I cannot see. And what
Because
you,
instance is different, right? If the instance is changed, you will not have access. Now see
okay,
here, it is going to John referred. Okay.
yes.
So let me see. There's no manager here. It's my trigger manager transfer. Let me do one thing. I'll go here, first maintain manager, and then now it is going to proceed. Okay, now if I proxy as Wipro CEO, the first step we have edit with route change option, right? If you have edit with route change, then you'll find the update button. And when you click on update again, if the permissions are respected, and now see here, your job information is opened again. A manager can go and update the data.
Okay.
Okay. If you are using edit with route change, it will go from the beginning. Okay. Edit
What do you mean by
without.
beginning?
No,
Like
I
beginning.
have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on. So let's say these are my 6 levels of approval. And
Okay,
here we
okay,
have edit with route change here and edit without route change here.
okay.
Okay. So here step 3 I have route change, edit with route change. Step 4 I have edit without route change. If this person in the step 3 approver, if they update the data, it
Yes.
again workflow will start from step 1 again.
From initiator.
From initiator. And if you execute, or if step 4 is doing the change, then it will continue from here.
Okay.
Edit without route change.
Yeah, because he cannot change the route. So
Yeah, change the route.
only
It
edit.
continues. He'll have update option, but the route will continue from here on.
Okay. Okay. Right. And you said something about alternate workflow. From where can he choose the alternate workflow?
Alternate workflow, basically these are used for future dated records.
Okay. Like as an example, if
Like
somebody's promotion is due.
some exceptional cases where where you want to have additional workflow to be triggered, you can use alternate workflow. Frankly speaking, I have not used anywhere in the alternate workflow for any customer out of the 12, 13 customers that I have worked.
Okay.
Escalation
Okay.
is also one thing we have configured, but no customer uses escalation.
Okay, Venu.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Anything else?
send back, Venu, send back. Like
Send back is if this person clicks on send back, it gets rejected, goes back to requester.
okay. So this is basically rejection, or it is like saying that you change
Yes.
something
Now
and then send it
button
back.
you want to choose it as a rejection or for decline. You can rename it.
Okay. From where to rename it? Going to manage organization. Sorry, sorry. Okay, I got it in the data model, corporate data model.
Something got changed. What happened? What is changed? So let me do one thing. Let me stop sharing. Let me rejoin back. I may have to restart the system. Nothing is functional.
Okay.
Okay, let me rejoin back. Give me 5 minutes. Yeah. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I had to restart my system. Okay. So where were we? Any doubts, or we can continue?
So one more doubt I have, someone was telling me that in manage business configuration, under trigger rule, I mean like job information, comp information under trigger rule section, we have to assign rule in some sequence. In a rule, like the rules which happen first should go first. So I do not know, I did not understand this thing there. So is there something like that?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
Now, any HRIS element, any for portlet of employee profile. So let's take comp information. So there are a couple of rules here. System always starts with rule number 1, this one. It executes this one, it updates the data. Next, it goes to second rule, it updates the data here, updates the data here. So it goes in this sequence, starting from here till here. Okay. Now, if we have our business rule in the job information, we have created a business rule here. We have added our business rule here. You see here, we have added our business rule here at the end. Okay, so it starts from here. That's why if you see the rule trace, it shows up all of these rules. If the condition satisfies it, it executes. Okay, if you see here job information, base object, job information model, and employee information. These will be skipped. Employee information and employee information model, these will be skipped because these are your hire related business rules. Now these will be skipped because this is not we are not doing any hiring. So other than these rules, other rules will be executed in the same sequence. Now, if some condition gets satisfied, then it executes that. Not only our business rule, any business rule which gets satisfied, it gets updated. It gets executed and updated.
So while assigning rules here, so what we need to keep in the mind, which should come first?
And depending on the rule what you have written for. Now, did I add my rule at the beginning? No, right? I've added here. Why? Because now if I have not included my condition here, now if I don't include this condition, company is equal to 6600.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have written my business rule only to check the supervisor previous value with the current value, if there is a business rule which is checking this condition, so it gets executed here. You see here somewhere you have transfer. Let me go here and see. So that's why when we have configured a business rule, when we executed it first, it was triggering some other business rule. Now you see here, company previous value, business unit, division, department, location. So all of these things. Okay. And either this company or this company. It triggers this workflow and event reason to be transfer without pay change. Similarly, for this company, this is this workflow. So at the end, if you have other than any other company, I think here also they are checking this company. Now here is equal to this company or this company. Yeah, here also they are checking company. So it will not satisfy. This rule will not be satisfied. Okay, because the you have the company condition there. If there is a business rule without company condition, first it gets satisfied and it triggers that business rule instead of our business rule.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, they do.
If I use without my company condition 6600. Then what I have to do is I have to pull this up. I have to move this up. Okay, this I have to bring it here to the top. Then even if I don't use my company code condition, system will execute my business rule.
And we'll move on to the next one.
Yes.
Okay. And also, Venu, do you have any list or something, or is it in the implementation book wherein we can go and check what function does what? So
Yes,
that,
business rule. There is an implementation guide on the business rules. So for each and every function, you have the examples. You can go through that.
okay. And
Yeah,
also,
about
when,
concatenate. Yeah.
yeah, when I gave interview long back ago, so person asked me, so what is the toughest business rule you have written till date? So
Now
I did
see
not.
any.
Yeah.
Now you can always say that event reason derivation is the toughest rule because it is not only just rule might look simple, but because of the conditions that we are writing, even in the business rules here, same same logic applies to the sequence of the rules here. Okay. Now what we have done, we have written all of these conditions. Now
Yeah.
in one of my project, I have around 46 conditions, else if conditions. So we
Okay.
had separate transfers for directors, separate transfers for for presidents, and then separate transfer for
Mm.
other employees also. Okay, within transfer we have only company, only division, department, business unit, call, location, and then manager and this one cost center. Okay, along with that, sometimes we pay, we also increase the pay, and we don't pay. So you have
Okay.
transfer with pay and transfer without pay for transfer directors and transfer non-directors. And then we have, similarly, we also have promotions in the same way. Promotion with grade change, promotion only salary change. If it is only salary increase, what is that? So we have different conditions. Always we go with the promotions first. Even in the now all of those 46 conditions we have included it in the one business rule. So we started with the promotions and then we went and configured the transfer rule. So you need to
Okay.
understand the logic. Why system is triggering promotion? It should have triggered transfer. Now what is executing first? So you go now have the rule trace applied and then these business rules. See, even after 12, 13 years or for 8+ years of experience into SuccessFactors, I've worked on 12 to 15 customers, both implementation and support. Every implementation or every support that I do, I'll get to see some new business rules. Even now. Now, some of these are common, like workflows and the event reason. The logic may be similar, but depending on customer requirement, they use a different event reasons. They use different processes. So we may have to configure it, but the process is same thing. You have to go create a event reason derivation. Along with that, you can add the workflows. You can map your workflow to the event reason and get trigger. Now conditions may be different. Okay.
Okay.
Some will ask for some calculation, some will ask for some validation, some want to have separate fields which are to be hidden. So it all depends on customers' requirement. There's nothing like very toughest one or no. Now sometimes you may have to change business rules lot of times in the UAT. Okay, maybe you have executed, it is working fine, but when the UAT goes on, when the testing goes on, they might come up with new changes, or they might test the actual scenarios what they have been using. So there it might fail. So you may have to move up and down the conditions, the else if conditions, or maybe the business rules have to be moved in managed business configuration.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you can look at some of these business rules what are there, and then now more than these business rules, you will not write even in the real time also. Even in real time, you don't see these many business rules in the system. Okay, you can just open and see what exactly is it doing. Now that you have now knowledge onto business rules, how to write a condition, how know what condition is there, you can just open and see what is there. You'll easily understand. So take them as your examples. Have some of these business rules as examples for your interviews. Say that your customer has given you the requirement, this requirement, so you have configured this business rule. So at least 10 to 15 business rules you have in your fingertips, so that you can say that this one I have used for this one. I was asked to validate this fields, and then I've configured business rule in this way. You can say that. If you can if you can explain 2 or 3 business rules, then nothing. You don't have to explain more than that.
Yeah, but Venu, I really must say, like the way you have explained the business rule, my all concepts are clear. I had a lot of doubts because I have been studying of my own, so I had doubt. Like in the data model also, I just knew the previous value and old value, previous
Hmm.
value and the new value, but I did not know that there are other things also like to make it mandatory and
Hmm.
change the visibility. So these things also, and the way you taught these location change and the event derivation, so it is like very much clear.
Hmm. So,
Yeah,
these examples you can always use in your interviews.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Some common ones are your propagations.
yeah.
Okay.
Propagation.
Event
Yeah,
regions. Every customer will have propagation, your event reason, workflows. Even now that you have the business rules concept, most of the customers or almost all the customers, they have migrated to event reason and workflow business rules. So the event reason and workflows, both of them are clubbed together. Now, where you don't have the event related changes like personal information, you want to have a workflow in the personal information. Yes, that is also possible. There you don't have any events, right? System triggers it as a personal information change. Now, what we have to see there, you have to add the similar business rule, like you have personal information model. If first name previous value is not equal to first name current value, that means user is changing the first name, then I want a
yeah,
workflow to be triggered. Just a simple workflow.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can configure that. You see here, personal
Yeah,
information model,
typical workflow on
workflow.
the personal information. Yeah, I mean, you explained that earlier also.
Yeah, same thing. What we did in job information, we can do the same in personal information as well. Last name is not equal to previous value last name, first name, middle name, marital status, gender. Now you
Yeah,
do any of these changes, this
it will
workflow
be
gets triggered.
okay.
Okay, this is not correct again.
So, Venu, what is the
Job
difference between employee information and personal information? Why it
employee
was
information.
yeah,
Now, employee information. So now, blindly, you can say that if you have some business rule on employee information model, it only triggers in higher employee information or employee information model.
okay,
And if the business rule is on personal information or personal information model, then those will trigger even after the hiring. If you're making some changes, then you have to have the business rule on personal information. Now, these business rules will not trigger if it is after hiring. These will trigger only if you are doing changes in the add new employee screen.
okay,
Other rules will trigger after hiring. If you are doing from the people profile, then these rules 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These rules will trigger.
okay.
And
And then
hiring only these will trigger.
okay, yesterday you said employment information model. Employment information model. You said if we have chosen job information model as a base object and we
Yeah,
want to
in the
make
models you will get. Yeah, in the models, any model you take, personal, even in the personal information model, you will find the employment information model, job information model, or job information model or comp information model. You will find employment information model,
information model.
where you
Okay.
can expand and see all the other portlets.
Okay. So, and also like if we are making writing a rule on some job information change, and we need some fields from the comp information. So we can go and add that that base object also, right? You showed us how to add, and
Yes.
also we can choose it through employment information model. We can
Yes.
do that also. So
Yes.
there are two ways.
Yeah. Now, generally, SuccessFactors doesn't recommend you to have the cross-portlet business rule. Now, you're changing some data and personal information. Don't expect you to don't expect system to insert a record in job information, because these two are two different portlets. Job information and comp information, yes, they are related. Okay,
Okay.
because you promote an employee, that should also include the change in the salary. Okay, so though they are related, job information, comp information, and then job relationship, these are related to each other. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Others?
So Venu, there is integration center also, right?
Hmm.
Because sometime if we make any changes to job information, it is, I mean, if we have some custom MDF in the system and we are making any changes in the custom MDF and we want that changes to reflect in the job information, so it would not happen automatically. So for that,
No.
we
Yes,
write
you
some.
have to write logic in the integration center.
Okay. So when would we be covering that in integration center also? Because that also is an
No,
important topic of EC.
no, we'll not be covering integration center. It's not part of the course.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you need to know know the integrations as well in that case. So you should understand the what interface will do, what interface you want to use.
Yeah, basically, it calls the API query and something like that.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to know the you need to have the technical knowledge as well to understand those things. So that's why for a beginners we don't recommend. Now you can always say that you have not worked on integrations. No one will say that you have to work on for all the areas of Employee Central. If there is
No,
something which you are not confident, you can always say that I have not worked on it. I didn't get chance to those areas.
okay. I wrote one query, to update the custom field. If the changes are made in the custom field, then job information can be updated. I did that. But then in an interview, I got to know that Integration Center has some other function also, which is related to API query and all.
Yes.
So
See, that's
yeah.
why. See, if if you're explaining something which you are not that confident, then say that maybe I've worked only till this part, or no, I don't have full knowledge on in that area. You can always say that.
Yeah, okay, Vinu.
So whatever areas, now these areas, these are common for every customer. As a consultant, you should know these things. Now, you cannot say that, no, I have not worked on, I've worked on implementation, but I have not worked on business rules. No, you cannot say that. Or I've
Yeah.
worked on business rules, but not on event reasons and workflows. Then they'll ask you, how did you manage the event reasons then?
Yeah, yeah, Vinu. Understandable.
Yeah, these are mandatory things.
Okay.
Okay. Others? Jivita, others. Okay. Then last week we have seen how system has triggered workflows, right? System has triggered a workflows. Let me log into my email. Let's go and see the. Yeah, I'm sharing back my screen. Now at each stage, as soon as the initiator requests, okay, it sends a notification to approver saying that you have some action to do. Now managers or the approvers, they will also be receiving notification, or they can see the approval tab on the home page. Okay, if there are any, now you see here, I have some action to do here. So it shows me, but it is not necessary that every employee logs into Employee Central every day. But they'll be logging into the system and checking their emails, right? So system sends these notifications to the email. Okay, generally the official email. Now, how will system trigger the notification? Firstly, you need to have the email ID maintained. So I go here, search for my employee. Here we have contact information. Under contact information, you have contact information here, email and then phone. Now you need to maintain the email ID, whichever email. It can be a business email or personal email or other email, but each primary should be set to yes. And you can have only one email. Its system doesn't allow you to maintain multiple email IDs with each primary yes. So you can add multiple email types here, one personal, one business, and one other. You can have up to 3 email types, but only one of it can be is primary yes. So whatever email ID that is set as yes, you'll be receiving the notifications to that email. Okay, and all of these contents what you see, now let's say this is the comment posted in workflow. Okay, because I have posted some comments, system has sent the email to the contributor saying that hello so and so Wipro CEO has commented on Wipro transfer request for Rafi on so and so date. Now all of these content is coming from your email notification template settings. Email notification template settings. And here you'll see all of these templates, and the workflow related content, you'll have to scroll down. You cannot uncheck them. Now if you uncheck, if you don't want, now here for all of these things you can uncheck. If it is unchecked, system will not trigger this notification, but for workflow it will always trigger the emails. Okay, so here you have workflow action: approval, rejected, pending, cancel, skipped, workflow comment posted notification. This one, you go click on workflow comment posted notification. On the right hand side you see the content here. Email subject: your attention, comment posted in workflow. This one, your attention, comment posted in workflow. This is my subject. And the content here, you go see here content. Hello, recipient name. These are called tags or tokens. So we have some standard tags or tokens available in the workflow email config, workflow implementation guide. So there they have given all the standard tokens which are available in the system. Against each and every token, where should we use? Now what happens if you use that particular token? Now here the recipient can be different. Every time the recipient changes. Today it has come to me. If I am the approver, it has come to me. So system should include my name there. So I am the recipient. So for whichever employee system is triggering the email, it picks up the name of that employee. This is the token that we are using. Recent comments posted. This is one of the token. Okay, has commented on the event reason. A request for so and so user. Which user? It is for this user. Okay. Wipro CEO has commented on Wipro transfer request for this one. This is subject user on so and so date. This one, recent comment posted date. And then you have, please click on the link below and then view link. This one. Similarly, I have another email. There's a workflow item that needs your approval with the following details action. Type of action, you have change job. Similarly, you go here. This one. Your attention is needed on a workflow. This one. Okay, this is pending notification. This is for the pending notification. Now here I have type of action. The HRIS action that is taking it. Now instead of HRIS action, if I, let's say, if I take here event reason, what will system do is next time when the system sends the email, it will include the event reason here. Instead of the HRIS action that is triggering change job, it will pick the promotion or a transfer or a Wipro promotion or Wipro transfer or whatever change that the user is doing. It will pick the event reason. So because I know that event reason is one of the token that can be used. Now these tokens, additional tokens can be inserted. You cannot have custom tokens added. You can always have the existing tokens or the content. If you want to have some content, maybe space or some content like this. This is a test email notification. Okay. You can add this content and say save. Okay, same thing. This is approved. The Wipro transfer for Rafi has been approved by so and so. So because this person has initiated, every time approver approves or rejects the approval, the requester will be notified. Okay, so system will send one email to the next approver who has to take action, and one email to the requester saying that it is approved or rejected. Clear? So you have the workflow implementation guide with all the tokens. If you want to try some tokens, you can add tokens to the content and trigger the actions. Clear? So content can be changed, subject can be changed, tokens can be changed. Anything that you want to include into the content, you will have to go choose what workflow template you want to change. Approval, rejected, pending. So you have all of these things. Even for escalations, you have workflow action escalation notification, revoke or workflow decline. Any doubts here? Email notification templates. Now, once the workflow is initiated, okay, so if you want to check the status, you can always go to view my pending request. Now, if you are the initiator, you can always go to view my pending request. I think this we have seen. So we have different tabs here waiting for my approval. See here, there's one request which is waiting for my approval because I've logged in as Laurent. So I can see here it is waiting for Laurent's approval. Okay, my request waiting for approval. Now this request I have initiated. So there are two requests which are waiting for approval. Request still in progress that I approved. Once I approve this, it goes to the next level. So it will start showing up here. Okay, and then any notifications that I have, that it shows up here. Now, if requester come to you asking to change some approver, to add approvers, or to remove approvers, or to change the steps or change the approvers, all of those things can also be done once the request is initiated. Let's say for Sridhar, we have initiated the request. Okay, now I want to include some more additional approvers, or I want to remove some of the approvals from this particular request, not in the workflow configuration, only for this particular request. Then I need to go to manage workflow request. You go to manage workflow request. Here you can look for the workflows which are requested by or requested for or any of these things can be selected. So requested by, you can select this user's name, but he must have initiated a lot of actions. It will show up all of them. Requested for, I have initiated this for Sridhar. So I know this person name. So just search for Sridhar and search. So this is the request which I have made, and this is not yet completed. If it is not completed, you will see here take action. Okay, similarly, if I go back to manage workflow request, let me search with this person. Now see, these are all the requests that this person has initiated. Now these are completed. These are completed. This is not completed. this is completed. This is not completed. Okay. Now, for any of the requests, now you see here Wipro manager transfer. Okay. So this request is for, if you go click on the request, you will always have option to withdraw the request. Okay. Now here, if I go and see, only Priyamvada is the approver. Now I want to have one additional approver to be included, or before Priyamvada approves, I want this request to be kept on hold for some time. Maybe I'm waiting for some confirmation, or I want to hold this for some time. We can always go and click on lockdown. If you say lockdown, system will remove the workflow from Priya. Priya will not see this request because it is locked now. Okay, now I have to go and unlock. Admin has to go and unlock it first to see the request. Now, if I unlock it, again, it starts showing up at the Priya's homepage. Next is add another approver. For the same request, if you want to add one more approver, now this is not configuration. I am not changing the workflow configuration. Only for this request which I have initiated, I am changing only this one. Now, this is already with Priya. Now I want to add one more approver. Maybe Wipro CEO. Okay, we can choose edit without change, edit without change, edit attachment only. Now any number of approvers can be added. Add approvers. Now this will include 3 approvers. First Priya will approve, then it goes to CEO, and then it goes to Audrey. 3 levels. Now if you want to change the approver, it is with Priya. Now if I want to change the approver, you can go change any approval. Okay, change the approver here. Change. Then remove approvers. You can also remove some approvers. Now I don't want to have this approver, just say remove approver. Then you have route the request. Move the request from this person to this person. Maybe this person is not available. I want to move this request from here to here. Audrey can route the request. So it is moved from Priya to Audrey now. That's it. That is route request. And you can also decline the request. Somebody has initiated, but now they have asked you to decline the request. So you can go and decline the request. That workflow will be cancelled. Clear on workflow request, managing workflow request? Any doubts here?
No.
Okay, basically when you're doing support, you will get tickets to add more approvers, remove some of the approvers, change the approvers, move from one manager to other manager. Okay, or no, if you are asked to go and approve the request by proxying as that user, you'll be doing that.
And it won't affect the initial workflow, right, Venu?
No, it won't.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, you'll get all of the, see here, I have locked, so I got the email. Workflow has been locked by admin. When you unlock it, again, you'll get unlocked by admin. Because I am the initiator, so I have got the email. Okay, so we'll stop it here for today. We'll continue tomorrow. And that's it with your workflows. So that's how you trigger workflows through business rules. Tomorrow we'll look at some other topics.
So when we will be doing the email notification also, custom email notification?
No, custom email notification will not be doing. See, custom email notification, same thing. Again, you need to write email and then tag it to your each process. On the workflow, when you design a workflow, you have workflow configuration, email configuration there. So there you need to add it. So mostly 99% you will be using the workflows from workflow email notification templates.
Okay. Okay, Venu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all. Catch up
Thank
tomorrow.
you.